Aloha, this is the Green Lighting Mr. T, and welcome to another update video. It has been a while, and this is kind of needed at this point. So, the big thing to talk about this update video is what I want to do with Super Mario 74 Extreme Edition. I think what I've landed on is it kind of needs to be like a focus of one video per week. I don't I don't know, especially with some of the really hard stuff. It's mainly the stuff where I'm stuck on at this very moment that is like driving this need to like slow it down. But I think it's probably just a good idea to stay that way so I don't go crazy with getting behind schedule, I guess. And I think this will help with that. And on top of that, I'm still not quite done with the cleanup. I've still got um, Starbound happening and Recursed happening. And Recurse at this point um, needs to be streamed the way it currently is, which is just whenever I have a spare moment, I need to spend a little bit, maybe get a single gem, just focus on one puzzle, and then just give myself a break because I just don't have the mentality to go from one puzzle to the next anymore. The puzzles are so ridiculously hard that it uses all my brain power, and I'm on empty if I try and go on a to another puzzle. It just doesn't work. So this means that my free time is being spent like on Recursed instead of let's make a couple more attempts at that star I'm working on, or even let's work on my flex slot series. Just I don't have my free time is essentially being used for other things, and I just don't. I'm not quite ready to have free time again. I always do whenever I say that I always do the little air quote things with my fingers, but you can't see it, of course. So that's big major update number one that needed to get discussed. It has now been discussed. I'm now gonna go over just a brief run of all the new changes to my schedule. So now, of course, we still have the Metroid Prime Hunters. I don't know if I'm gonna get to this anytime soon. I don't have to get to it anytime soon because it's my flex slot series. Hooray! Moving on. Pokemon Ranger is just about to finish up. I've got special missions going on. I've currently got all that recorded. There's the Ranger Net missions to go. That once that's all done, the Pokemon Ranger is done. I'm gonna be starting Shantae Risky's Revenge next. I've also decided for that I'm gonna do, I think the DS version of the game because that means I can do retro achievements for it, so that'll be fun. Then, yeah, no other changes to that. Then we just talked about Extreme Edition. It's going to resume soon. If I can get it, I'm not going to guarantee that I'm going to have the first video ready at the start of next week, but I'm going to do my best. If not, I will make a big effort to have it ready on the next week. I've got I've got a video that I could do for that, but after that it's like I'm working off of really old footage at this point, and I have a lot of it, so I don't know whether I'll have a second one ready. If not, I will. Okay, if I don't have it ready, I will make some special videos for like a new series that I've been working on under the radar for like ages, but have never gotten off the ground because I'm trying to do things that are too hard. Okay, as for what happens after, if I'm going to be doing Zelda Deluxe, which is the actual Zelda Classic that I was supposed to play by Matthew Blue Fox. All those, I don't know, all that time ago. It's been a while since I recorded like Zelda New Quest. He called it New Quest because it technically is a newer version of the original quests, but it goes by the name of Zelda Deluxe, so that got confusing. And well, I played another hack, which was awesome, and had the really cool Kaizo 11th dungeon, which I gave it its entire own playlist because of how special that was. That was crazy. But I'm gonna play the original. I'm gonna play your hack finally. Um, Kaizo Mario Galaxy. I kind of swapped that around with the Mario RPG Armageddon, and I've also at the original time of deciding I was going to play that game, there was I think version 9 and version 8, and version 8 didn't or version 9 didn't have a hard mode set for it yet. I think it now does. There might even be a version 10. I don't know anymore. Whatever's the latest version that has a hard mode is what I'm going to be playing for that. And again, I think there's a first quest and a second quest for Zelda Deluxe, so I'm probably going to split that apart. Maybe if I'm still liking having that going on alongside 74 edition, Extreme Edition, I might keep that. I might swap it. It's very likely Kaizo Mario Galaxy is going to be the one I play of the two because I've had friends, my cousins have had success with getting a Wii game set up with the Dolphin emulator and being able to use the Wii remote to point at the screen and stuff. I'm not worried about that, but I just have that there in case it doesn't go well. I imagine it will. I suppose the small comment is I'm probably not going to do the in-game medals for Extreme Edition because the retro achievements are already going to be so harrowing. I think that's a good word for that. It's a nightmare already. Let's not add even crazier medals already. If the retro achievements people decided they didn't want to implement the medals as achievements, it's probably for good reason. And I don't want to go around collecting every single coin in a level. That got its own in the original 64 in Super Mario 64. That got its own subset for being achievements, not part of the main set or the bonus set. That's probably fair. I finally decided on a game to play after I go back to and finish up FTL Faster Than Light. I'm going to do the Bug Fables Everlasting Sapling game. I'm excited for that. And of course, Hollow Knight is going to happen again sometime in the future. Not necessarily as part of a schedule, just when I'm ready to start playing it again. Which, gosh, is going to be very soon because I so want to play more Hollow Knight. Just I am in Hollow Knight mode right now, and I am watching other people's playthroughs. In fact, my friend Liam, also known as Dopey Poke, is now playing to the game because I bought it for him, and he's really happily enjoying it. I'm happy watching it with him. And even like these coming weeks, I have had urges to just play, just hop into Hollow Knight and just I don't know, play a couple bosses. So like, I'm very much going to be playing Hollow Knight soon. We'll be starting with the Steelsa run and then doing the speedrun achievements after. And then I'm probably gonna throw my head at doing a damn just run, but just because I'm batshit and crazy for Hollow Knight right now. I have Hollow Knight has become my. It's still my second favorite game, but it's my top tier best game for its like design alone. My top one spot is Celeste, and that is very biased on the fact that Celeste is a climber, which speaks to me, and also just the story of that game being relatable to myself. And then I've got after that is like Fire Emblem Awakening, which also is also biased because that game has had the most influence on my life. So Hollow Knight's technically the top, but it's not. It doesn't get the favorite spot because of bias of myself. Give me a moment. Just need to clear my throat. All right. So that's the long series done. I've talked about all that. Yes, that's good. I'm not gonna try and plan ahead for the long series stream series anymore because the games end up being so far apart that my desires and stuff end up changing. So that's I'm not gonna plan like 3 to 4 things. I'm just gonna try and stick to 2 for that because I originally had Darkest Dungeon in there. I've taken it off. I think that happened in a previous update, so I'm not gonna harp on it too much. This all is the same. Whenever I get the chance, I need to do another Mega Man run again. I think I'm on Mega Man 4. I've done 1. I've done 2. I think I did 3. And like 3 was the first. Yeah, I did 3 because that was the first one that was actually just totally blind. Hadn't seen any gameplay of 3, and it's basically going to span the rest of the Mega Man series, or at least Legacy Collection. So trying to at least do 2 games per year. I don't know that I actually got to do my second Mega Man game out of last year because of all the of college and everything, but that'll be happening. Resident Evil 3 will be happening soon. I think my decision right now is I will resume FTL once either Recursed or Starbound finish, and then once they both have finished, I'll probably start on Resident Evil 3. We'll see about that and possible other short series that I want to do. Might also, stream something else. We'll see. So I think that covers everything major about my scheduling in the near future. Yeah. Wait, hang on. Okay. So I've had an ongoing co-op series with John, tons of fun, great guy. With the Halo Lasso Challenge, we'd gotten through Halo Combat Evolved. That's actually on YouTube. We've done Halo 3, then we did Halo 4. That was awful. When we were going through Reach to kind of give us a break, because that was one oh no, ODST. Then, or we did ODST before 4. I think we did before 4 ODST. That one was good. Halo 4 was awful. We're working through Reach, give ourselves a break from Halo 4. We're still in the middle of Reach. John needed to stop for work and moving related reasons. And also at that point, he recently told me that there was an additional reason that it was really adding a lot of extra stress having to going through the whole Assos challenges, and he currently does not have a desire to go back. Okay, let me rephrase that. He does have the desire to finish it, but he doesn't have the motivation to play it right now, and that might be something that indefinitely gets put on hold. We'll have to wait and see how he feels in the future. But for now, that's been put on ice. That's not going to continue, and it does not have plans to continue currently. I don't want anyone to, I don't know, rap on him for continuing the series or anything like that. I'm incredibly grateful that he agreed to play, do the challenges with me in the first place, because people do not, that is not a thing that people usually have an interest in, because it's so ridiculously hard as it is. I'm incredibly grateful that I got to play with him as much as I did. Um, if I get the chance to do it again with someone else, or even with John again, of course I will um, do it again, even if I have to redo some of the ones I did. But for now, that is on hold. The videos, everything is still on Twitch, even though Twitch recently had its like new 100 gigabyte limit added to highlighted streams. I'm still under that, so didn't have to get rid of anything. I don't I don't make everything winds up on YouTube already, so I haven't had to do anything with that. About footage, I have only currently Combat Evolved on my YouTube channel, and the big reason for that was tied to college slash trying to collect the both of our footage for the game. I of course already had my own footage, but I was trying to get John's footage so that I could have a little window in the bottom corner of the screen so that you can kind of get both our views while we're playing the game. Unfortunately, due to his one of his hard drives bugging out, or just he lost some of the footage that he had of the streams we did, or technically we have all the streams he did plus some of the recorded footage he did, but we don't have all of it. So it is what it is at this point. I'm going to resume working on putting that together for YouTube for the footage I do have and for the footage that I don't have. So it's going to be a mixed bag at this point, whether a stream will have the additional view of John's side of things or not. Nothing I can do about that at this point. So that will resume. Again, it's going to be slow. I'm really happy I went with making the timestamps for the streams, because I was just so worried that watching it'd be too painful to watch because of the long durations of times we got stuck on certain checkpoints. But with the timestamps, you can kind of see whether it's going to be a massive roadblock or minor roadblock, whatever it's going to be, and that kind of prepare you for your mind of whether you think you should like at least skim through it, watch it all, or just skip it entirely. I think it has made the series way more watchable than it would have been without the timestamps. So that's the big reason why it's so slow to get it was so slow to get the streams out, because I have to go through the entire stream and figure out the times for the timestamps. So it'll be slow, but the streams will slowly rake their way over to YouTube, so that you can enjoy them in their much better viewing environment. I don't know. It'll have timestamps so that it's easier to navigate through. Let's go with that. All right, now that covers everything on my schedule. Um, co-ops. Do I have any future co-op things currently? Yeah, I do technically have one. So I have recently gotten a PS4 for super cheap because there is a game that I've always wanted to play when it came out, except that it was exclusive to the PS4. I am talking, of course, about Bloodborne. It is one of those Dark Soul-like games. And I'd played through a bit of Dark Souls 2. I really enjoyed that. I got horribly lost on that game though, and like I don't think I didn't finish it just because I spent so much time looking around and couldn't figure out where I was supposed to go. And you know me, I've like playing games blind without ever looking up guides or anything like that. I don't think I'd never figured out how to make magic work in the game, so I just didn't use magic at all, which made it even harder. Anyways, I'm rambling a bit. So, I went ahead and bought Bloodborne first, sort of like as a promise to myself that I will eventually be able to play it. And then I was looking into what it would look like to rent a PS4, and I kind of came out to the conclusion that it would cost about $22 a week. And somehow, while I was looking through that, I managed to come across. Well, it was a PS4 that was really down in price because like average pricing for PS4 was like $120 to somewhere around $150, somewhere give or take, mostly in the upper higher direction. It's still very expensive. And I managed to get find one that was for $70, but on top of that, there was some sort of half off sale going on. So it was actually $45, and it was like, well, that's basically the equivalent of owning one for 2 weeks. I can just have that and then keep it. So I picked that up, and what I got was what I paid for. If you're someone who's seen my Discord server at the time, I've been going kind of step by step through like all the problems I ran into. I literally just got the PS4 with no all components with just the PS4. None of the components that are like attachable. I got no power supply. I got no internal hard drive. I didn't even get the loading bay for the hard drive or the cover for it. So I had to acquire those. Of course, I literally know nothing about PlayStation 4, so I didn't even know that I had a slim PS4. So I bought the wrong loading bay. It was a whole mess. I had to send that back. At any rate, I've repaired it quite a bit. I am quite pleased with myself. The cover is still all cracked, but at least it isn't falling off now. I had to bend back the disc cover so that it wasn't interfering with loading discs. I had to repair the rollers for the disc that let the PS4 eat the disc and eject the disc. Because that was just a random piece that had fallen off and was just hiding inside, making rattling noises inside the PS4. It can now eat discs, but it ran into the problem that it couldn't detect the disc after eating the disc. But that I discovered that as long as the disc is already inside, and then I turn it on, it'll then realize that it has a disc inside it. So it's a lot of I had to jump through a lot of hoops, but it is working. I am super happy with it because I've got it for just so darn cheap. And in essence, I got what I paid for. I did not get a nice, fresh-looking PS4 that was working perfectly. I had to work on it, but it's working now. So I can play Bloodborne. So that will be happening in my channel in about a month. I think I'm going to be playing it alongside with Dopey Poke. So that I don't get horribly lost like I did when I was playing Dark Souls 2. Because I kind of have our little agreement with trading games since he's playing through Hollow Knight right now. Anyways, now that should be covering everything. One last thing I'm gonna market myself for is I went ahead and updated my profile pic or whatever you want to call this because yes, I am so in love with Hollow Knight. Sorry about the Discord. Gosh dang it! Oh, I can just mute that. Screw the whole thing. Okay. This is a picture of me that I was just taking on the spur of the moment because I love this little plushy thing. As soon as I saw it online, I knew I needed to have it. So this is definitely not the most professional shot I have of myself, but it is the most me that I could put on my site. So I went with it anyways. And like my previous shot was like a decade old at this point. I'm unshaven and everything. It's just very much on the spot moment. Okay, so that's everything. I also marked up the fact that I've graduated from community college with a degree for physical therapy assistant. That's going good. I'm still on the job hunt. Hopefully that'll come together soon. That is everything. I've got over 3,000 videos at this point on my channel, just about. Everything's good. Look forward to the coming months with you guys. Again, I've loved doing this. It's pretty much become just a hobby at this point, but it's a hobby I'm probably will be working on for the rest of my life. Really enjoying this. So, hope you all have a wonderful day and aloha.